Alrighty, we're at the final hours of the Crystal Quest before it resets, and we got the man known as the Immortal, but I don't like this Shinra in particular just because it's a big HP sponge and it's super boring. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this quest real quick, and whatever we land on, we land on. Fear for Home. What is this? Is this the Hell House fight? Oh, it's the Rex fight. Okay. Well, knowing that it's Rex, let's get into it. Yeah. Alrighty, so as you guys saw, I just re-rolled the the quest, and the first time around I tried to do it, I ended up failing. I guess you can't. I went into summon, and I could have swore that these guys didn't absorb. Oh, actually, I should have changed the summon real quick. Ah, that's fine. But I guess these guys absorb Earth Elemental because when I was doing 30 million plus to them, they just weren't going down at all. So I was like, I guess they just absorbed that. Whatever, it's fine. I didn't read that in fine print anywhere, but who cares, I guess. So here I'm just going to go ahead and press LD. Get that refreshed, because it's one of those buttons that, I would like the buff to stay on for as long as I can. We're going to do this, and we're actually going to go ahead and press this BT effect a little early, which might be a little confusing. Actually, I should press this too, so I don't actually forget. Because most of these guys' attacks can't be avoided anyway, so we're not like in any real danger. But when it comes to that, and this is basically just so we don't have to press this later in the force time, so we can just focus like strictly on attacks and big damage. Because he doesn't have like a super big BT attack like Cloud or anything, or Aerith. And as long as these guys don't kill us here, we should be fine. Yeah, as long as they don't kill us, we should be fine. Okay, we're fine. Just a slight concern there. Here, we're actually just gonna make sure we have our calls on, our HP damage up calls. Because when I was reading these guys' effects, they only absorb water, or they're actually only weak to water. So I was very confused when they started actually just absorbing everything, and I was like, or not absorbing, but just their HP not going down in the summon, and I was very confused about that. But whatever, it's fine. I guess it's been a little bit. It is Rex's Shinryu, and I forgot who else was featured with him. It might have been Rydia was also rerun, which seems like a weird rerun just because these guys, you can't really dodge their attacks anyway. So I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, here we're just gonna try and force start as much as we can. I think 60 to 70% is a good spot. 70%. Let's do one more. Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking about that so hard. I was just like, do I do one more? Because I do have to get the BT effects up here. Just to make sure everything's nice and ready. And I forget which call ability I have on Remen. I have no idea what I have on Rem. It might be like Rain still. I might have actually forgotten to take that off from another fight. Let's double check. That was actually Laguna. I'll go ahead and apply that real quick. Just get as much HP damage as we can. Because the turner is not going to matter here anyway, just because we're about to change it with the BT phase. Because this isn't going to be one of those, BT phase during an FR time and win. We're just going to do it outside the FR time. And I'm going to try and avoid pressing the Brothers Summon because doing that in the last fight, I guess you can't do any damage to them while Earth is up. I don't know what to say. That was weird. Although I could have swore I had a run with this before where I did the Brothers Summon and that worked out just fine. Thought it would have just been a bug. I'm going to try to avoid pressing this anyway. Then I'm not too sure... here we're actually going to want Iris and the Sephiroth, just so we can get the turner being Sephiroth Iris. Yeah, but the green crystal color, I don't believe after I get D3, I'm going to really focus on another passive. Maybe I'll get A5, just because that's a pretty good offensive offensive passive. Like fairly generic, and as long as you're running, good protection and ways to not die in the fight, which you should be running anyway, won't be that big a deal. 95%. I believe we should be fine. Yeah, let's just bring up Sephiroth, whatever. No, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna focus mostly on the stats because I think there's like what 1100 attack, 1200 attack you can get, like along with some max brave in there as well. And I think that'll probably be more useful for my green crystal characters in the long run, over some passive that I'm probably never gonna use. So I'll probably just focus on those stats first, and then when I get around to actually finishing that board in stats, that's when I'll just every week we'll just be unlocking a new passive until we actually unlock the crystal ability. I think that's probably going to be a better course of action. And just focusing on, like the important stats like the attack stat, and getting the hard to reach places. Wow, we really didn't reach first time up. I trusted in you, Rem, and you left me off by... Oh, and I already have the Radiant Breath on too. Wow, you left me in a little bit of a pickle. Okay. A little bit of a wasted turn there, but whatever. Just because that's going to be a little awkward refreshing the EX now. But I think we should be fine. And we have double Iris coming up, and that's just going to, ensure we have a high enough gauge. And actually, this BTFX should last the whole fight anyway. Wow, Sephiroth's fast. Now it's time to just do what we do, and that's just press big damage button, and then have Iris copy that big damage button. She could do it even outside of force time, which is like the best part. It's really good. And unfortunately, I probably should have just changed this to be like Bahamut or something, just a non-elemental, just so we could actually do damage to these guys, or maybe even Ramu, because I think I have Ramu up too. Yeah, you see, the EX is gonna fall off now. There's nothing really I can do about that. Like, luckily, he should get it naturally anyway. Then having, all our BTFX up, the damage should be at least a little nice. Yeah, we're gonna hold off on pressing our EX button until we actually have, Oh, we should have double Rem for our Echo as well. What do I bring up with this? Cause, I think we're all out of echoes for the other characters. I think we just do Rem and then into Sephiroth. We could have also just held off on that and just like done it naturally, just progressing with turn order. That might have been better. But I generally tend to not do it this way, so this will be interesting for me actually to see how I like this strat better. Because normally I just like do the normal turn order, and like I'll just try and fix it if it is broken. But I generally tend to don't do the strat this way, so this will be interesting. No, but yeah, I think after green, I might go back to red to try and get those stats as well. Because I do have quite a few red characters I like using, particularly like Kurosame and stuff. I think it's pretty cool. Alright, so Iris is going to copy Sephiroth. So I should hold off on the big EX for now. Let's attack B. Yeah, because they're both launchable, so that's good. Then Rem, just being like a pseudo battery charger for launching is pretty buff. Only 9 million splash. Maybe I was better off just going for his skill too. Then we still have 9 turns, so we got plenty to work with. Then this is just gonna, really buff our damage when we do copy it. Which is why I wanted to hold off too on pressing this, because this is just gonna be more damage overall. Because Iris does copy at AoE. 30 million. Yeah, so now pressing our EX should be a ridiculous amount of damage. Yeah, just getting Bahamut Summon would have also just been good, just so we could, reapply everyone's EXs. Yeah, that was like, just recopying that's pretty strong. Everybody's gonna press LD then. And just do, big Unga Boonga damage. That's what we like to see. Oh, actually, I should have just pressed LD. Rem moved herself up. Not what we wanted to see there. That was actually kind of unfortunate. Tentacle knock. Oh, actually, these guys feature HP gates, don't they? Maybe that's why their HP wasn't going down. Oh, that's right. That's why Rex is good here. I totally forgot about the HP gate thing. Yeah, that's why their HP wasn't going down. It wasn't because they resist, I don't know why that just hit me till just now. I was like, oh yeah, the fucking HP gate thing. Can't stand that shit. Can't stand that shit. So we actually can summon. So we're just going to target B here. Because I don't know if that 39% is another HP gate. Yeah, it was. Or no, it wasn't. It wasn't. That was just a lot of damage that didn't go through. So here we're going to EX copy Sephiroth. Oh man, that's actually... that's pretty buff actually. So here we're just going to go ahead and Octaslash. Right, HP boost. Oh wow, that killed him. Well, that's good. I think we do have enough points for the D3 passive, and then from there, I think I'll show you guys what I'll be doing like once we get back to the crystal room, because it's basically just going to be me just going for every single attack node that we find, and just, you know, buffing all our green crystal characters, because having those stats, you know, ultimate weapon stats for free, seems pretty good. We'll meet you at the crystal room. Alrighty, so we're at the green crystal room, and as you can see, we have D3 here. This is what I wanted to do, like, you know, 700 crystals exactly. We got that nice locked and loaded. So now there's not that many crystals that are really interesting to me. Like A5, I think is like, you know, this is the one that I like a lot of people harp in, just because the negative effect of you know, increased bravery and HP damage taken. Like, you're not gonna really going into fights like being super worried about that anyway for the most part. Like if you prep properly. A4 is also pretty interesting, I think, or it's like it gives you an additional brave hit. So like, you know, on characters like Sephiroth who only have one brave hit on skill 2, you know, having a second one there, like for those HP attacks, and then just brave gaining in between, is just gonna ensure he caps out. So A4 is also pretty interesting. Outside of that, you know, you can do stuff like you could get U5, which I believe is the EX charging one. No, this is pretty useless in my opinion. Where's the EX charging one? No, this is also fairly questionable. U3, I'm not a big fan of it. But this one, low chance to fully recast your own EX gauge. That might be like, you know, fun on a character like Deuce or something, like whenever she gets her rework for green. But outside of that, I think I'm just going to focus on these stats. And they tend to put the attack stat at the very end of the tree, if there is an end. Like, you know, attacks all the way at the end over here, attacks all the way at the end over here. So just like going in a circle, they tend to make it, you know, a little hard where you have to spend at least 300 to get the attack. But that's just how it is. So that's going to be my plan going forward with the green crystal room. Take it easy, boys.